Hello, hello. I am beyond excited to bring this training to you that will massively multiply the income that is coming into your life if you're coachable, teachable, hungry enough, willing enough to take action on the information I'm going to lay out to you and give you the keys and some master keys to substantially accelerate your financial situation, no matter where you're at currently financially, no matter where you've been. These proven processes and strategies will work regardless of the industry, regardless of where you're at now. Most importantly, taking you to where you want to go and beyond financially. This isn't theory or opinion or hope so content. This is experiential knowledge. Knowledge that I have through experience that's been proven in my own life and many other people's lives that I'm partnered with and I collaborate with and I observe their lives and learn from them. And so the single greatest income multiplier in life is strategic partnerships. Yes, strategic partnerships. And the beautiful thing is it doesn't even have to be plural to make a 10x improvement in your financial life right now, a 100x improvement. Just one right partnership with the right person in the right way can dramatically enhance and elevate your current financial reality and overall reality of all areas of your life. So before we dive into it, I'm going to pull up some slides and pack in some powerful teaching that I'm so excited to hear from you on the nuggets you get, on the results you get. Most importantly, please message us and let us know the results that you're getting, the life-changing, life-multiplying results you're getting from applying what we are teaching you through this YouTube channel. That's why we do it. That's the most important fulfillment for us, is seeing what the seeds that we share with you that we've sown, received into our own life, and it's multiplied our life. Do the same for you, your family, your future. Before I pull up the slides and dive into the training and teaching, I want to just set the tone and and give you some context. So for me, for years, I couldn't break through that six-figure a year income. And this was even as a top producer in a company out of thousands of people nationally. Most years I finished in the top 1%, top 1 to 3% of commissionable sales agents in my role in the organization, in the company. And so even in that, being a top performer in that vehicle I was in, that company I was in, the role I was in, I never did make over six figures in a single year. Yet now I went from never making more than six figures in a single year to shortly thereafter learning a few things, learning some things I'm going to share with you right here about strategic partnering, who to partner with and how. That shortly thereafter, after those years of never being able to make more than six figures, even as a top producer, relatively not too long after that, I went on to make multiple six figures in a week, part-time, multiple times, multiple weeks. Up to this point, have done that multiple times, made multiple six figures in a single week, working part-time that week to generate way more than I made working full-time in a year in a week, and doing that multiple times in a totally different industry, totally different everything. But here's the great thing. I was still the same person. And with the same, I'm going to show you how even with your same skill level you have right now, and your communication skills, your sales skills, your skills as an employee, as a business owner, as a salesperson, as whatever you're doing right now in whatever field or industry, you can actually make some moves, some simple moves that multiply your income without even elevating your skill level. How incredible is that? I'm going to show you exactly how simple that is to do. I've done it. I went from making this amount of income to making way more in less time without even improving or increasing my skill level. And I'll show you that. I'll tell you the details of that example, those examples in my own life from these lessons I learned, these strategies I implemented in my own life And the beautiful thing about it is it works across all industries. So for myself personally, I've been able to generate millions of dollars in sales, in real estate, in education, in multiple different industries and business models using this simple strategy of strategic partnering. So let's dive into it. I'm super excited. Buckle up, buckle in, pay attention, take notes, and take action, most importantly, on what we're going to go through here together in this training. Let me share my screen with you. So let me double check and make sure this is recording. Actually, that's the most important part, right? Yes, it is. All right. All right, let's dive into the slides. As I mentioned, we're talking about the single greatest income multiplier, strategic partnerships. And here's the beauty of it. Regardless of what we learned in school in math, they told us 1 + 1 is 2. However, that is not true in the realm of strategic partnerships. 1 + 1 actually equals exponential results financially. Not only financially, but in the number of people that we can impact by partnering with others in a synergistic way that is properly aligned and structured, which we'll talk about. Meaning you plus this person, the level of impact you're having right now, whatever that is, maybe you're impacting your children, maybe you're impacting the small group you lead in your church community, maybe you're impacting your neighborhood, maybe you're impacting your city as a leader in some role. That level of impact that you're having right now on humanity and the world is extremely limited and small relative to the level of impact you can and will have by simply partnering with the right person that can create that collaboration with you and that right person in the right way can and will create exponential explosion of the level of impact you're having through that single strategic partnership. And I'll share personal examples with you as we go. So it's not just financially, it's also in impact and in other ways as well, in the number of people that are impacted. It's not just you're impacting, this many people per year, that person's impacting this many people per year. And when you come together in the right way, it's the total number of people added up that you're both impacting already individually. No, it's a multiplication when done the right way, which is very simple when you know the recipe. Same is true financially. So how? Well, here are a few different examples. One to many. So the beauty of one to many, the model of one to many, is that I've applied this actually in the three main verticals that I've been involved in at this point in my journey of life, in business and financially speaking, and in serving others and impacting people. So when I started out in the insurance business, selling insurance policies on straight commission, I did that for almost 10 years. I could do one-on-one, right? Share these insurance options and then answer the questions and enroll them on whatever life insurance, short-term disability, whatever insurance policies that person wanted, and then get paid a commission. That's one-on-one, one-to-one. However, the thing that exploded the results exponentially beyond 10x, beyond at least 100x or more, multiple hundreds x, was going one to many. I did not increase my skill level at all. Think about this. So I went from doing a presentation to one employee. So that 30-minute presentation for me showing the different insurance policies, answering the questions, enrolling them on whatever insurance policies they wanted, yielded X number of dollars in commissions, right? Now, think about this. That same presentation, that same 30 minutes, same brochure I'm showing, same information, same presentation, same person, me, same skill level. But instead of it being one person sitting across the table, now I'm up in front of 300 employees at a company that has allowed me to come in and present these policies to them. I'm still getting paid the same commission percentage. It's the same policies. It's the same presentation. Now, in the same amount of time, that same 30-minute time window, same skill level, same presentation yielded hundreds of times more money in the same time, same presentation, same skill level as it did. What was the difference? It was one to many. Instead of one-to-one presentation, it was one to many. You say, well, that sounds great, but how do you do that? How do you move from just one to one? No matter where you're at, maybe you're selling cars, maybe you're selling something, maybe you're not even in sales. You're like, well, how does this apply to me? I'm just and fill in the blank and a garbage man or an employee. Here's how it matters for you because number one, learning how to think these ways will make you more valuable, resourceful, no matter where you're at and what company you're in, and or your eyes will get opened to moving into a different vehicle, a different company, a different opportunity where you can activate these strategies as well. But you can do it where you're at as well, learning how to think this way and act this way. Provide more value to more people. That's one to many. One to one, you're sitting here providing this product or service to one person. But when you think outside the box, get resourceful, get collaborative minded, how to collaborate. How can I get our companies, doesn't have to be your company you own. How can I get my company's products and services in front of more people in a win-win-win way? You think they're going to pay you whatever they have to keep you if you are driving increase to their bottom line. And if they're not willing to, many other people will be willing to. Let us know. And we'll find a place for you in our world, in our ecosystem. What is the point? Becoming a person of value. What's most valuable to the person that owns the company you're working in and working for? More customers, more profit, more money, more income, more revenue, more impact. Become that person that brings more of that to them. And it's simple. Think about how to do that. Most people would never do that. Most people will never learn this. Even if they do hear it, they'll never do it because what's in it for me? What's in it for me? They're thinking so small, so selfish, so self-centered. When you start thinking about how to add value to others, that being your boss, your manager, the owner of your company, your customers, when you start right now thinking more that way and living that way and acting that way, doesn't matter if you're a server at the restaurant, if you're the cook in the kitchen, if you're cleaning the dishes in the kitchen in the restaurant, if you every day go in with the attitude and the effort of how can you add maximum value to everyone around you, your coworkers, your managers, your subordinates that you're training and managing and leading, I promise you there's only one result that will happen in an ongoing manner in your life, and that's increase. That's multiplication of abundance of all good things in all areas of life. That's God's principles. God's word does not return void. It accomplishes exactly what he set it out to accomplish. So what I love about his principles and his processes is they are promises that perpetually produce prosperity. It's all in the Bible. It's a book of covenant, strategic partnership, relationship with him, the greatest partner you can ever be in partnership with. So it starts there. Who cares if you partner with people, go make millions and billions of dollars, and if you're bankrupt spiritually, you don't have a personal, thriving, intimate relationship with God, with the relationships that matter most, your spouse, yourself, your children. So it's in that order, the order of life that God created for us to be in alignment and strategically partnering with him, partnering with ourselves, learning to love yourself, celebrate yourself in the uniqueness that God made you, learning how to strategically partner, invest in your partnership with your spouse if you're married, with your children, with your coworkers, people around you, and you will watch the rising tide raises all ships. You will watch abundance happen and continue to multiply through your life and your experience and for you and through you. Now, so seek to add value in the areas that are most important and relevant to the people that matter most to them. And the thing is, no one can hold you back but yourself. Because if you say, oh, well, you don't know my situation, you don't know my boss, they don't see me, they don't appreciate me, do something worth seeing and being appreciated for. Stand out. Add value, do the unprecedented. And you know what'll happen? If they don't, because they're in their own way and they're prideful and whatever the case is, that they're self-sabotaging their own level of leadership, if they don't see you, acknowledge you, value you, promote you, and pay you what you're worth, the value you're bringing to that establishment, then someone else will be thrilled to. You will get noticed. The cream always rises to the top. And God's the one who actually promotes. So it's his promises that perpetually perform themselves perfectly for every person who's aligned with his principles and processes. Says, if you are being faithful with the little, you will be made ruler over much. That's his law of promotion. I've watched that. I've experienced that time and time and time again in my life, perpetually throughout the years as I've lived that way. I've watched the multiplication expansion continue financially and the impact in other people's lives, being able to help more people in more ways without striving or grinding for it or becoming weary and trying to do it. No, it's learning how to be. We're human beings, not human doings. But most people have that backwards. They don't understand that. They're not living that way. Look around. This might be for you. You might be there. You do this. I gotta, do. I gotta do this, doing all over themselves or yourself. Life's not about doing. Read the story about Mary and Martha in the Bible. Mary sitting at Jesus' feet, Martha stressed and running around busy. Busy, by the way, busy stands for being under Satan's yoke. People wear busyness as a badge of honor. What are you up to? Oh man, just been busy, so busy. Like busy is good. Busy, like it's a badge of honor. No, busy just means you're away from your family. I'm busy, running everywhere on the hamster wheel in the Matrix in survival mode, dreaming of some vacation someday or some retirement someday. That's zombie mode. That's not living. That's existing. That's survival mode. That's not what God put us here for. He put us here to be becoming all that he made us to be, not be trying to do everything. So strategic partnerships are at the core of that because God made us for community and collaboration. So let's hop back into the slides. Oh, well, let me finish up on the one-to-many. So one-to-many, I shared the example when I was in the insurance business, but how do you get in front of the one-to-many? No matter where you're at, it's doing well in the one-to-one with the person who can put you in front of the many. I would write that down. Who's the individual and who are the individuals who are the one who can put you in front of the many? And there's many of those individuals who are the one that can put you in front of many people for whatever message you have. You don't even have to have your own product or service. You can be an employee of the company that you work for. You don't even have to be in their sales division. You might be cleaning dishes in the kitchen, but you know what? If you start doing what I'm teaching you right here, and all of a sudden you bring in customers to the company, and then they start seeing you do that, either one of two things are going to happen. Either they start coming to you saying, hey, how are you doing that? And how about you? I promote you and you train all of our people how to do what you're doing, and we're going to pay you more than you've ever made for all these customers and money and new business you're bringing into the company. And if they don't, then you just go to them after you go prove it and then go to them and say, hey, by the way, you know those 20 new customers that came into the company that came in because of me, because I did XYZ and exposed them to the company and our product and service, and now they're here as customers, which I'm not sure exactly how much extra money per year that brings the company that wouldn't be here without me. But I'm excited to do a lot more of that. Just wanted to have a conversation around how valuable, how worthwhile is that for you financially to have me continue to do more of this and see what they're willing to pay and say, because if not, now that I know these things, I'm doing these things, I'm excited about the value I'm creating for this company. I'd love to grow here if you would. If not, you could take these newfound strategies and conversations anywhere you go and be paid way more than you've ever been paid or that you're being paid currently. And I don't care. You might be making multiple six figures a year right now. You can get paid way more than that in way less time than you're working right now. Is when you just learn these small lessons and shifts and strategies, implement the mindset and the actions that follow it, no matter where you go. And that's why in multiple industries, multiple different business models throughout the years, wherever I've gone, almost most all the time, if I was there for a long enough period of time, I ended up being one of the top 1% of producers in that industry, not just in that company, in that industry. And again, it's not about me saying, oh, look at me. It's saying, look at the power of these principles and processes that any of us can learn and live and then lead others. That's one of the things we say. The point of life is to learn it in order to what? Live it in your own life in order to what? Lead it. Lead others into the freedom and abundance that the truth of these principles provide anyone who's coachable and teachable and willing to follow the path of truth. All right. So that was one to many in the insurance business. So who would be the one that could put me in front of many? Brokers, independent brokers, because they already had relationships with companies because I was in voluntary insurance benefits for employees. So I can go out on my own cold calling, which I did. I knocked on hundreds of doors, cold calling businesses to try to set an appointment with an HR person or business owner to present to them why they should let me offer us, my company I was representing as a sales rep, offer our insurance products to their employees as voluntary benefits that the employees would pay for on their own. Got a lot of no's, got a lot of rejection. That doesn't matter. That's part of it. They're not rejecting you. They're not rejecting me. They just they haven't been shown enough relevant, valuable information to them to say yes yet, right? For the ones that aren't yes. Now, think about this though. How much time and effort, how many hundreds of doors for me to knock on to get the few yeses, percentage-wise, that then out of those yeses for an appointment, then I have to do the presentation to that business owner or HR person. And out of all those, how many of those said yes to actually closing the deal and saying, yes, we're going to partner with your company. You're going to come in and present. We're going to offer your insurance products. You're going to come in and offer them to our employees. And then a percentage of the employees would do that. And then I would get paid, right? A percentage of employees would enroll. Just me out there doing it, knocking doors. So whoever you are, wherever you're at right now watching this, my question for you is, in your field of work, it doesn't matter if you're employee, business owner, manager, doesn't matter who you are, where you're at. My question for you is, what level of collaboration and strategic partnering are you doing right now? And there will be a correlation to that level and your level of income. If you're living a low level of strategically partnering with other people and collaborating with other people to multiply value in your company and in the world and for people, low level income. I was thinking about this the other day, school teachers, right? People always talk about school teachers not getting paid enough. And I was thinking about the other day, I was like, well, I know people who are teachers and make millions of dollars a year. What's the difference? Teaching all kinds of different topics in life. What's the difference? The difference is the amount of value they're providing, the amount of people, right? A school teacher who's just teaching a topic that may or may not have much value in the real world, in the marketplace, right? It's just stuff for people to learn in a small group of students, and it's a government-ran organization and limited financial reward, regardless, even if they're the best in their field. You take that same person with their same communication skills, that teacher, put them over here teaching a different topic that has a lot of upside market value in the marketplace that people want to learn, they're willing to pay to learn from them what they're going to teach them because they're a good teacher, and put them in front of more people through the internet. So then they're able to make exponentially more. That same teacher's able to make millions of dollars a year in less time than they were working their $50,000 a year salary. Same skill level, same person, just teaching a different topic that people are willing to pay more money for, right? And in front of more people. So one to many can apply anywhere. For me, so I was like, oh, well, I can get in front of that HR person or that business owner who runs a large company and has a lot of employees. That sounds nice in concept, but the barrier to entry is a lot higher, right? A lot harder to get into those bigger companies and even get an appointment. So what's the easy, fast way? Strategically partnering with the person who already has the relationship they're already in with the company owner or the HR person in the big company that I want to be in front of. So all I got to do, working smarter than harder. Most people spend their whole lives working harder than smarter, doing it backwards. And they live in survival mode their whole life instead of living in the overflow, limitless life that's the normal life we're supposed to be living. So I identify that and say, okay, I want to go build a relationship and rapport and trust because people are going to do business with people they know, like, and trust. It's customers, employees, coworkers, managers going to hire you. They're going to promote you more if they like you, trust you, you're bringing value to them. Now, so I go to the broker, and instead of saying, you don't go, here's the core key, mission critical to gaining the most powerful strategic partnerships in your life that will promote you financially, no matter where you go, everywhere you go. You make it about them. What do they value most? I didn't go to the brokers with a handout saying what they can do for me. That's backwards. That's not going to work. In most cases, hardly ever. I go to them with the focus on them, not the focus on me. Focus on them, doing a little homework, finding out what's gonna be music to their ears. What's going to capture their attention immediately out of the gate and separate me from everybody else? And what it is I'm going to focus on them, what I can do for them, how I can add value to them, how I can serve them, how I can bring them more customers, how I can be an asset to them and make it all about them. So that's what I did. And quickly, actually, with this one broker, in like the first meeting or two, built rapport, built by the things I was saying and telling them and showing them what I could do for him, for his business, for his clients. What result did that lead to? He was like, here, yeah, let me introduce you to this HR person. Let me walk you right in the door and basically tell them that they need to roll out your company's products in their company for their employees. One phone call, he's able to put me right in there in front of hundreds of employees in one company that might have taken me months or years to get, if I ever even could get in. And so the one-to-one, me doing a good job of the one-to-one with the broker, he was the one person that he was the one that put me in front of the many. Now I go in there, now in this particular one, this broker put me in with this account. It was a factory that had several hundred employees. Went down there, did group presentations, and enrolled all the employees in 5 days, in a week, was in and out in 5 days. Wrote more insurance policies, enrolled more in annual premium that we get paid commission on as agents than most agents would write in a whole year. Did more sales, production, and commissions in a week than most agents, than 90% of the agents would do in a year. This is how simple this is and how profoundly powerful it is. People are focused out here. You need to shift your focus, shift the sails, the perspective in your brain. Those are the sails of the sailboat, because the winds are blowing on all of us. The winds of change, the winds of environment, economics, interest rates, all these things. What matters is, how have you set your sails each day, the perspectives in your mind? That's why in all seasons, there are some people that flourish more than ever before and a bunch of people who struggle more than ever before and go backwards. What's the difference? How they set their sails, their perspective on opportunity, on adding value to other people, on focusing other people, on serving other people. Now, here's the cool part. So it didn't just benefit me by in 1 week generating over 6 figures worth of commissions. But because he put me in there, we strategically partnered and we agreed upon a split revenue share, commissions. Me doing all the work, him getting paid on me doing the work. You think he was happy with that? Yeah. Number one, yes. Number two, because I got him paid more than he had ever gotten paid by any other rep in my role. Why? Because I was good at my craft. I invested the time to become good at learning the product, learning the presentation, being good with people, so that when I showed up in the accounts he put me into, I was going to perform at a level he had never seen that blew him away. And you can do the same. It's choice to become great at whatever you choose to become great at, to learn, be a student of the game that you're in. If you're the cashier, be the best cashier that's ever existed. Make more customers smile that come through your line than anybody. If you're a server at a restaurant, same thing. Next thing you know, you'll go from working at McDonald's flipping hamburgers to owning chains of McDonald's and be a multimillionaire. These stories are everywhere. But it's a matter of choice daily to live this way, think this way, act this way, and speak this way, adding value to those around you. And you can't help but get promoted all on the way everywhere you go. And the value to him was beyond monetary. It was also that his client now loves him even more, which deepens their roots of longevity and loyalty to him because he put me in there that is serving, I'm serving that client, that company, and the employees at a level of excellence that is rare. That's choice. The right attitude, having an excellent attitude and effort and work ethic and attention to detail. And if you're not good at detail, having somebody with you that is, right, partner with them as an administrator or whatever it is, right? It's all about strategic partnering. That was one to many in insurance. I could go on and on for a whole seminar just teaching that, but it applies to every industry and every field. When I got into investing in real estate part-time on the side, and it snowballed into millions of dollars worth of real estate. And I've still been a part-time real estate investor for the last 15 years now because we live life full time. That's the point, right? Is to get out of the matrix, right? Design your life and live the life of your dreams and beyond your dreams. It's waiting for you. It's available. The open door is there every day for you to walk through it. Now, I'm just here to help you see the open door and nudge you, encourage you to walk through it and keep walking on that path, the path that few choose. Because most just choose to stay in the matrix out of comfort, convenience, fear, opinion of others, all that. Don't let that be you. Now, so when I started investing in real estate, same thing applies, one to many. And so going from one, learning how to get one little rental house to getting several at a time to buying portfolios of houses and properties in a single deal with no money out of pocket, no credit. Anybody can do it. But the one to many still applied here, right? Some people will just do one rental house at a time, buy it, fix it up, rent it, go find another house, buy it, fix it up, rent it, go find another one, buy it, fix it up, rent it. And that's a good way to start to learn. But if they stayed with just that one at a time, over time, they would still become multimillionaires. So that's pretty cool. But how you collapse time on itself is, again, thinking one to many. And how do you, what's one of the best ways to get to one to many? Strategically partnering with the right person and or people in the right way. Now, I got to pause on that and say, as amazing as it can be an exponential increase, partnering with the wrong person and or wrong people, they can exponentially drain your time and money. We've experienced that. We're actually in the midst of experiencing that right now in a partnership. So this is why it's important for you to stay till the end here, because I'm going to give you some keys on what to look for on the front end from some things we've learned the hard way that can save you a lot of time and a lot of money, right? By not partnering, yoking yourself with the wrong person. That's not just in business, but also in life, in marriage. I mean, that's the ultimate example. Marrying the wrong person, I don't even want to imagine what that's like. So I married the girl of beyond all my dreams that God brought me, and that's a whole other story, not for this session here, but the greatest strategic partnership that I've ever made is my personal relationship with God through my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that I invest in that relationship daily and consistently. And the first relationship after God is my wife. We're 9 years, almost 10 years into this. Marriage is more amazing than I ever knew marriage could be. Most people can't say that 10 years in. The difference is we intentionally invest in our strategic partnership, in our union as the priority before our children, before everything else, everyone else. Now, in real estate, same thing. I took that one to many model, philosophy, thought process, and just applied it. Okay, wow, if I'm making this much by just getting one rental house, what if I went one to many and got a multi-unit property? What if I bought a portfolio of houses and or multifamily properties? And so that's the progression we've made in that realm. And so again, we've continued to make more and more money in a fraction of the time we were spending over here to make less money in any field, any endeavor. This applies. Now, when we got into education, started teaching people how to make money work for them, how to make money while they sleep with cash overflow flowing in their life by owning income producing assets, acquiring real estate properties with no money, no credit. We started teaching people that several years ago because we had been living it for years. So like we need to teach people and help people what we know. So we get into education, start teaching people, whole different industry than insurance and real estate investing. This is education, creating our own product, an information product, digital product of information, digital of us live and recorded, teaching people, educating people on how to go acquire income producing properties with no money, no credit. There's a lot of people who want to know that. So then it's like, okay, how do we get in front of many? One to many. Put me, one person, my wife and I as one unit in front of many people instead of just one person at a time, showing them how we can teach them. How do we do it? Same thing as we did in insurance. We've strategically partnered with individuals who already had an audience. They already had an audience of people who trusted them, knew them, liked them. And then so when we built rapport with that one person, that leader that had an audience, and they saw our heart to serve people with no strings attached for free, teach them, and then say, hey, for people who are serious and want to go deeper with us into coaching and us hand holding you and showing you how to execute along the way on the process we gave you for free, that's where the monetization, the revenue came in. So in the education business and industry, we did over 7 figures. We did over $1 million in net profit in 3 weeks, in a period of 3 weeks. The best part wasn't the money, it was the amount of impact, the radical lives changed from what we've taught them and coached them that not only has forever changed their life, but their whole legacy, their children's children forever, from things they've learned in creating wealth and stepping on the other side of money where they're no longer working for money. Money's working for them. And money's not only working for them, money is multiplying for them while they sleep with legacy wealth. By learning how to strategically partner with not just people, but partner with systems, processes, technologies that can make these desired results happen and happen bigger and faster than ever before. It's simple. Anyone can do this. It's about learning it. So again, one to many applies across industries, across no matter where you're at. Just start thinking that. How can you distribute whatever value you have in your hands right now? If you're the garbage truck, if you're the garbage man or woman, how can you bring your services to more people? And you say, well, I'm not in sales. I'm not. That's where you would be wrong because you're making it all about you. Make it about how do you create more value for the company where you're at. If you learn how to create more value where you're at right now currently and flourish, then you'll either get promoted and become an owner of the company, they'll sell it to you or they'll partner with you, or you will, if you wanted that, and if you stayed on that track, I'm saying, there's no guarantees here. Disclaimer, this is all education purposes only. There's no money guarantees, no result guarantees. There are too many variables, including who you are, what mindset, your work ethic, all the things, people. Point is, the education is true, right? And the results will be increased as you go down this path. Unprecedented increase for you, where you're at and where you go in your life. Now, so that's one to many. Let's hop back into the slides. Other ways to think about how can you strategically partner. One to many is just one model, right? One method of strategically partnering with a person who is someone who you've identified that can put you in front of many more people that you can share your message, your product, your service, your company you work for, or you work with, or the company you own, or the business you're starting, or your product idea you're starting, whatever it is. That's just one to many. That's just one area of strategically partnering. Sales. You can be get good at sales, or maybe you're already good at sales and just strategically partner as a salesperson with a company that pays you more commission on bigger ticket items. There are people, again, that are selling small ticket items like me. I was selling very low priced insurance policies. So I had to sell thousands of policies to make the same amount of money in a year that I made in a week selling a different product at a different price point and different compensation model. See? So it's the same person, same role, sales. So that could be you, the salesperson. But if you're not making multiple six figures a year, maybe you're making multiple six figures, but you're thinking, how can I make a million or more or millions a year in sales? Because you like sales, you're good at it. Simple. Get with a company that has a higher price product that's in higher demand and pays a higher percentage of commission because it has higher profit margins and it has high leverage, meaning you can get it in front of a lot more people in a lot less time, effort, and energy. That's a recipe for taking your same skill level right now, just getting out of the vehicle you're in, into one that can pay you a lot more and less time and effort than you're spending right now. That's you being the salesperson. Now, maybe you're a business owner. The strategic partnering for you in sales could be attracting a top salesperson to go out and sell a lot more of your product or service than you're currently selling as a company. So that's a way that you could strategically partner and get very intentional about that. Marketing, same thing. You could be the marketer or you could be the person needing a marketer and strategically partner together in a win-win way that's customizable and creates a lot of value for both of you. Tech. We've partnered with tech, and I'm not a tech person, but there's people that we've partnered with that know the tech, know how to do the tech, what we need to get the result. And the tech has just been a mechanism of multiplying the finances into our companies and into our life. We didn't have to go make the tech. We didn't have to go learn the tech. We just strategically partnered with a person who already knew what tech we needed to get this result we want in our business growth. And then here's the other thing. I love this scenario. You plus whatever right person or right company for you, for your personality, for what you love to do, for your skill set. And I want to share this example, Sam Walton. So, did you know that Sam Walton made his cashiers millionaires? His cashiers became millionaires. How did his cashiers become millionaires? I didn't know that. I was reading like Forbes or some business magazine years ago, and I read this article. I was like, number one, how awesome and amazing is that the guy that created this company structured it in such a way that his lowest level employees of the company became millionaires. So that also would mean everybody else did, I'm sure, too, from what he created. I mean, how amazing is that? And what they did in their role by strategically partnering, by them recognizing the opportunity and taking full advantage of it, because they could have chose to be a cashier at all the other places that they wouldn't have become a millionaire, multimillionaire, millionaire, multimillionaire as a career cashier. Unless they're investing in real estate on the side or crypto or something like that, right? But I'm talking about just strictly from their cashier career. How did he do that? The way he did it was he gave them stock plans, options, plans, ownership. I don't know the details of how he structured it. The point is, you don't even need to know. It's a model, it's a framework. And guess what? Number one, you think those cashiers are leaving and going to some other cashier joint down the road? No, because there's buy-in there and longevity and loyalty, because there's the sense of ownership. And you know what? He's attracting and retaining the best cashiers. I'm speaking in general, right? Broad stroke, because there's exceptions to that, of course. Because why? Those cashiers, they're showing up early, they're staying late, they're going the extra mile for the customers, for the company. Why? Sense of ownership. Their family and their future well-being financially is tied into their personal contribution and performance daily on their effort and attitude. Shabam. I consider that partnership. That employee with that company, with his vision, that's a partnership of them each doing their roles. So again, you don't have to, you can partner no matter where you're at, what field, industry, you can partner with an individual, with individuals, with other companies in ways that are unprecedented. that people that work in your company have never even thought of or never even done because they don't think this way. People do not know how to think. They've been told how to think their whole lives, right? We've been conditioned our whole lives. Go to school, when the bell rings, you go here, then you go get a job, pay bills. They haven't been taught how to stop and think and get creative and solution based and value driven and adding value to their company, their coworkers, their managers. Most people out here, they're just trading time for money. They're just doing the minimum to get by and get paid. They're not thinking, going into work every day thinking, how can I add the most value to the people around me, to this company, with no strings attached, with nothing that I'm not even going to get paid for today. But you will get paid over time by becoming that person that does that thinks that way and acts that way. So, all right, let's hit a few more things here in this session. Types of partnerships. This just get your wheels turning, just increase your awareness on, and just have you thinking. These are just a few. I mean, there are so many, but business ownership, right? So maybe you own a business, but maybe you want to expand your business beyond your own capacity of time, effort, intellect, ability, resources. One of the ways you can do that is by partnering with someone, bringing someone in who has incredible expertise in an area that can drastically enhance and multiply your business revenues, your customer base, the operations of your business, marketing, sales, operations, hiring people, whatever it is. Well, you can attract the top talent by offering some percentage of partnership in the ownership position of the business. And here's the thing, one of my mentors, I'll never forget it, he said, you need to write this down. Never forget this. 25% of a watermelon is a whole lot more than 100% of a grape. And so many solopreneurs and business owners, they have a small business that never grows and expands and becomes a big business because they're the bottleneck. The business owner is the lid that's limiting the business growth. So don't let that be you. Don't be in your own way. Surround yourself with people who can enhance and multiply what you're doing and what you've created, your product, your service, your vision, your mission, your business, your ministry, your charity. And to attract the best, sometimes give them a percentage. If they're all bought in and all in on them, they're going to bring all their time, talents, abilities, their partnerships, their network, their relationships. Then custom craft a win-win scenario in the ownership position. But it doesn't have to be ownership. It can be joint venture structures. There's infinite different ways, but these are joint ventures where you can craft ways to work together and share in the harvest, profit sharing or project based. So it's not an ownership necessarily in your company or in their company, but the skills and talents and value you're going to bring to them or they're going to bring to you can be in a joint venture arrangement where there's revenue share or profit share for particular projects you're doing together as one-offs, but not in an indefinite ownership percentage of the company. Affiliates. There are people who this is what they do. They don't have their own products or services. They're just affiliates of other companies or products or services. And you can be an affiliate of most any company these days. You can be affiliate of our companies and brands. We're happy to pay you if you bring us clients, customers, partners that generate revenue. We're thrilled to share the revenue with you. That's an affiliate, a referral partner. So again, you can leverage your knowledge, your know-how, your skills, your network to be an affiliate of companies and products and services that you're passionate about and that are great. There are people who that's all they do and they make millions of dollars a year in their pajamas at home part-time by just being an affiliate of other people's products and services and other companies. So that's a way to partner. As an employee, I already mentioned the Sam Walton example, but as an employee, if you're an employee and you want to stay an employee long term, you can get paid millions of dollars a year as employees. There's lots of employees out there that get paid a lot more money than maybe you're making right now by, again, thinking how to add value, bring more valuable to the company by bringing in strategic partners. You don't even have to be the strategic partner. Your partnership with the company can be a referral partner where you're referring strategic partners by finding out who would be the best strategic partners for your company that you work for and bringing those people into conversations with your managers, your owners, whatever the case may be. Contractor, you can be a contractor and partner. People can contract with you on a contract basis and partner with you. Vendors, many more, but I just wanted to get your wheels turning on the types of partnerships. What's the point? The point is types of partnerships and opportunities to partner with others in powerful ways are limitless. The only limits that exist are those you put on yourself. But you do have to get clarity, because without clarity, it's kind of like what was that cartoon where it was at Alice in Wonderland, I think, where the character comes up to the fork in the road and asks the cat or whoever the character was, which path should I take? Fork in the road. Should I go this way or that way? And the character that was being asked answered, well, where do you want to go? And I'm paraphrasing, I probably won't get this exactly right, but where do you want to go? And then they say, well, I'm not sure, I don't know. Well, then either path, it doesn't matter. You can take either path, because either path will take you somewhere. But if you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't matter. If you don't know where you're going, you're already there. So first, like, who do you want to be? Spend time alone. Go walk in nature. Talk to God. Ask God. You were made to be and do unprecedented things, completely unique. He broke the mold when he made you. The more you realize that uniqueness that you are hardwired inside to be, your blend of passions, interests, desires, dreams, goals, aspirations, talents, abilities, personality, that blend is unique to you. No other person has had that same blend ever, or ever will they be. So the more you go all out on you that God made you to be, you'll flourish maximally no matter where you're at, everywhere you go. And you'll know where to go, because it will be clear. So who do you want to be? Because once you know, if you don't know who you want to be, then it doesn't matter which job you take or decide, because now, once you know who you want to be, then you look through that lens and decide, should I take this job or that job? Which one is going to give me more value and lead me in the direction of where I want to go with my dreams and my desires and my passion and purpose? And what do you want to do? Think about that on an ongoing basis. It changes and evolves. Questions to ask yourself: who would I love to partner with? I hope you stay to the end here, because I'm going to show you some of the most powerful and exciting points at the end of this session here shortly. Who would I love to partner with? What am I willing to do to make that happen? You could partner with us in powerful ways. If you want to find out about that, just message us. Email us, message us on social media or email, and find out about the opportunities you can partner with us and how we can partner with you in powerful ways. How can I add the most value to this person or their audience? How can we help each other help more people? So whenever you are reaching out to these people that are dream potential partners, I'm going to show some dream potential partners that became partners of mine quickly and personally, that are amazing and mind-blowing. Now, but here's the filter I think through. When I'm seeking to serve value to these other potential partners, and then I start connecting with them and having conversations, I'm always thinking, I'm always saying, how can we help each other help more people? That's my focus at the core of the best strategic partnerships are structured with that foundation at the core. Now, look at this picture. I was actually at this event. This was years ago. This is my now friend, Wes, on stage speaking at his 3-day personal growth and development event. I say his because his company, he was one of the co-founders of this company. They took from an idea to they did over 4 billion with a B dollars in revenue in like their first 10 years. But here's the key. He didn't know I even existed at this point. I was actually at that event. There's like 30,000 people here, okay, for a 3-day personal growth and development event. They flew from all over the country to be here, and he's the one speaking on stage, teaching people how to succeed in life and business, leadership, sales, mindset, all the things, right? Now, so I had been at events like this and other events where he was on stage and other amazing leaders and speakers were teaching me and many other people, many other people. And so I knew who he was, Wes, for years. He didn't know who I was till a few years ago when I reached out to him on social media. Here's the key. I literally sent a DM to him on social media, been following him for a while, and I did what I've already been talking about, teaching you in this session to do, and I followed that same process. Because I was like, man, I really want to connect with this guy. And I just love his mindset, his heart set. I love, how he leads. I love his business, what he's doing in business. And man, there could be some powerful things we could do together in ways I could serve him, add value to him, his audience, what he's doing, his mission, vision, making it all about him. I talked about it earlier, right? So out of the blue, here I am just DMing, cold DMing, saying, "Hey, Wes, I saw your recent post about such and such. I'm reaching out to you about that because XYZ." Put something captivating and powerful and genuine in that where you can add value to them. That's relevant to something that's exciting and important and valuable to them. It's easy to know. Just look on their social media. What are they passionate about? What are they excited about? What's their vision? What's their mission? What are they doing? If they love helping people in whatever kind of ways, they build orphanages or whatever it is, identify that, make it about that, and then one of the easiest ways is how, man, I know so and so in my network I'd love to introduce you to because they have, wealthy private donors that love donating to charities like yours. I'd love to introduce you. Or if it's a business thing, what are they doing in business? I'd love to introduce you to so and so because they have a lot of customers that I think would love to know about your product or service. I'd love to introduce you. So again, but it's got to be genuine. So think about it, be intentional, and then send that message. And the fortunes are in the follow up. I think I sent them several messages and time passed and I didn't get a response, but I was persistent. I was patient. Patient, persistent perseverance is what is required to live this life, the abundant life that you're supposed to be living. Now, you don't take it personal, don't hear back. These people are in high demand. Many people would like to have a conversation with them. Now, long story short, he responded. I kept it highly relevant and valuable to him and what he cared about, which gave me instant favor with him. And we became fast friends. And now, we're friends, we're business partners. We talk typically multiple times a week. A guy who has spoken in front of hundreds of thousands of people in stadiums through the years. How did that happen? Again, it happened exactly by doing what I've taught in the session to do. It's very simple. Easy to do, easy not to do. Anybody can do this. You can do this and be consistent at it and be genuine and get out of your own way. It's not about you having to be the one to directly provide all the value to him or her. It's about who do you have access to that would have high value relevance to that person that you can introduce them to that in your network. And again, that's just you, again, being a connector, a referral partner to bring people together that can partner together without you. But how valuable does that make you in their mind? Yeah. So I actually just spoke on Wes's stage at a live event in Miami recently. He asked me to come be one of the speakers to speak on his stage. Why? Again, because my focus is adding maximum value to him and his audience. The greatest success book of all time, the Bible, tells it right there. The gift opens the way for the giver and ushers him into the presence of the great. That gift can take many different forms, something of value to that person, to their audience, to the people they care about. All right, let's land this plane. So that's just one example. I could go on for hours on examples. That's Wes and I right there. So it went from this, what happened here? It went from that, me, just a human in the sea of humanity out there. He had no idea who I was or I've even existed. 2 years later, us being friends and business partners and all the things. Now, it didn't take years. It was only a few years ago that I reached out to him on social media, and then our friendship happened quickly. He actually spoke at our live event. We've provided each other with value directly and for our audiences and the people we serve. Ray Higdon, Ray and Jessica, amazing people. You might know them. They've been on all the biggest stage, a lot of the biggest stages with the biggest names. They've, millions of people know who they are. They've generated tens of millions of dollars in business. But they're awesome people, love the Lord. And so we've become friends and have partnered in business in different ways and helped each other help more people. And we'll continue to partner in different ways along the way. The Dustin Tavella won America's Got Talent. Incredible. If you haven't seen him, look him up on YouTube. It'll blow your mind. But we just reached out, cold call to his manager on his website But because we followed this process, we got a yes where everyone else, they said, no, he would not do this for anybody else. But because of how we approached him, how we made it about what mattered to him and his wife and their life, we got a yes in a way that was unprecedented. And him partnering with us in an incredible life-changing, changed a bunch of lives together at our live event that he performed at and partnered with us on. Many other examples, these are just a few quick ones. And so really, I just want to leave you with this. Take action daily on what I've talked about here. Watch this multiple times, pause it, write it down, digest it. Make it your new mentality, your new perspective, your new way of thinking, speaking, living, acting everywhere you go all day. Not that you're going to get it right all the time, but as long as you're going in that direction, connect, cultivate, collaborate. Connect with the people. Then cultivate is the investment of time, conversations relevant to them, which leads to the collaborations and the strategic partnerships. I'm so excited to continue bringing you valuable trainings through this channel that have been massive things that we've learned, the lessons in here that we're sharing through this channel that have been massive blessings and life multipliers for us, for you to receive, most importantly, act on, learn it, live it, lead it. Everything you're learning here, apply it so you can live it, live in the new reality of beyond your dreams, freedom and abundance, not just financially, but yes, financially and in other areas of your life holistically, so that you can lead others into greater freedom and abundance than they've ever known was available. That being your spouse, your children, that your children don't have to look outside of their own household for their greatest sources of motivation, inspiration, and heroes, these figures on the movies. No, that should be you, daddy, mama, watching this. That you be the greatest heroes, the greatest sources of inspiration, motivation to your spouse and children because of the life that you're choosing to live by learning and living the truth of these principles. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.